Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
Alright, gotta take my hat off to both guys. Ted Cheeseman knocks out JJ Metcalfe literally in the last few seconds of the 11th round. Holy shit. This was a fun fight to watch, as we knew it would be. Both guys come forward, both guys are aggressive, both guys tend to leave it all in the ring. There's no feeling out or anything like that with both guys. I've always been more impressed with Metcalfe. I've seen Metcalfe plenty of times on BT Sports with Frank Warren and Box Nation. I felt he would win this fight. I felt it would be a close points decision. I felt it'd be a fantastic fight, and it was. It had so much up and down, back and forth moments in this fight. It was just so much fun to watch. I mean, for my money, the first 2 rounds, Metcalfe won those rounds. I thought he was just slightly more accurate, and the work he was doing was just a bit more telling. Ted Cheeseman in the 3rd round came back, showed a bit of skill. Ted Cheeseman, I love watching him, but look, Ted Cheeseman's younger than me, slightly younger than me. He's got a young family. You don't want to see, for years now, for the last 2 and a bit years, we've seen Ted Cheeseman in really tough fights. And while they're fun to watch from an entertainment standpoint, it's really not good for your health, mate, long term. You know, he does take a hell of a lot of shots in there. You know, his nose got bashed up, his eye got cut up. The 4th round, I don't know how JJ Metcalfe got through that round. I really don't. Ted Cheeseman landed a right hand, buzzed JJ Metcalfe badly, really badly. And Ted Cheeseman opened up. He landed just a massive combination of shots in the corner. Ted Cheeseman is someone who does have boxing skill. You saw in the 3rd round, when he wants to get on his bike and box a bit, he actually can box a bit. As I said, there's some fighters who just, for whatever reason, you know, you talk about, what's the word? It's hard to describe, but it's like certain fighters, they have the ability to stick and move and box and win fights on the back foot. Because Ted Cheeseman actually has some skill there. The uppercut he throws, you know, when he moves, his movement's not bad. His feints, his jab, you know, when he does decide to actually box, he's actually quite good. But he just wants to get into these tear-ups. I don't know what it is. It's like that with a lot of fighters. You know, there's a lot of fighters out there who can box, but they just rather go in there and meet fire with fire and leave it all in the ring. It's good for entertainment, but as I said, it's not good for your health. But he opened up on JJ Metcalfe. Looked pretty dire for Metcalfe in that 4th round, I'm not going to lie. But he managed to survive. Ted Cheeseman, I think, went for it too quick and threw too much at JJ Metcalfe, because you could see Ted Cheeseman was noticeably tired come the end of that 4th round. And JJ Metcalfe, amazingly, not just the fact that he was able to weather that storm, he came out in the 5th round like nothing happened. And for my money, he won the 5th round. And he won the preceding rounds thereafter. And actually, it was the 7th round he actually buzzed Ted Cheeseman and buzzed him. Like, Ted Cheeseman was hurt. I feel as though he hurt Ted Cheeseman, but for whatever reason, maybe it's that killer instinct is lacking a bit from JJ Metcalfe. I don't think he realised how badly hurt Ted Cheeseman was, because Ted Cheeseman did genuinely look pretty badly buzzed. I don't want to say he was out on his feet or anything like that, no. But if Metcalfe had really went for it and, you know, kind of done what Ted Cheeseman done to him in the 4th round, he actually probably could have, I don't want to say dropped Ted Cheeseman, maybe, who knows, Ted Cheeseman's got a decent chin by the looks of things, but I definitely think he could have really asserted himself more at that stage. The fight from then, kind of, some rounds were Metcalfe, some rounds were Cheeseman. What Cheeseman started doing come the 9th round was he was backing Metcalfe up into the ropes, along the corner, mainly on Metcalfe's side of the corner, and he was just kind of on his chest, not letting him work. And by doing that, he was taking away a lot of Metcalfe's power. So Metcalfe was definitely, for my money, the more heavy-handed of the two. He definitely appeared to be the harder puncher. So what Cheeseman did was that he had him kind of backed up against the ropes, so Metcalfe could still punch, but the punches would have nowhere near the same effect that they would if they were standing in the center ring. You know, because he was kind of pushed back that a lot of them were arm punches. They weren't going to land with massive power. Although saying that, this is how swing the fight was. In the 11th round, prior to Ted Cheeseman getting the stoppage, up again the ropes, JJ Metcalfe was able to land the right hand on Ted Cheeseman. That did appear to buzz him a little bit, you know. But you could tell both fighters were feeling this fight. The fight was fought at a very good pace. You know, both guys really did go for this. They fought this fight at a frantic pace. So come the championship rounds, the 10th and the 11th, both guys were fairly spent. You know, I think it's the experience, even though Ted Cheeseman's the younger man, I think it's the experience of having been in the trenches in tough fights before, like against Garcia, like against Conway, like against Scott Fitzgerald. You know, all tough fights, against Sam Egerton. Fights like that where they will give you the experience. They'll also add miles to the clock, which again at 25, he's an old 25. You know, it's quite incredible really that Ted Cheeseman is 7 years the younger, and he really does have way more miles. Now I don't know how JJ Metcalfe's going to be post this fight, but he really does have way more miles in the clock than JJ Metcalfe, Ted Cheeseman does. As I said, like it's fun for entertainment purposes, but when you're getting in there and you're having wars, fight after fight after fight after fight, I think I said it to Jay Harris when I interviewed him, it's great for our entertainment, but it's not good for you having to take it. So I get that impression with Cheeseman that that's what he wants to do, like, you know, go in there, have wars. I think we might be seeing the end of Cheeseman in a couple of years, and what I mean by that is in terms of him at his actual best, if he's not already declined. You know, I hope not. I hope he proves me wrong. But yeah, he was buzzed a bit in the 11th, but Metcalfe really had nothing left and left himself open to be countered. There was a right hand went in. I think he was slightly buzzed by a hook from Cheeseman prior to that, but then he went down. Concussive effect of the shot, definitely, but also fatigue. You know, Metcalfe could get to his feet, but he just had nothing left. There was nothing left in reserve. I think it would have, like, it was near the end of the round, so Ian John Lewis could have said, okay, go back, have your minute rest, but it would have been very optimistic to assume he would have got through the 12th. And by then, for me, it was nip and tuck. I had Cheeseman slightly ahead, so it would have made no difference to the outcome. He would have needed to knock Ted Cheeseman out in the last round, and I personally don't think, whilst I think he had the power to possibly do it, I don't think he had the stamina to do it. So, that's my review of this fight. It was a good fight. I enjoyed it. You know, one of the fights where it just makes you realise why you like boxing. And that's last I'm going to leave it here. Alright, Fabio Wardley's next. So I'll talk to you after that, and then we got our main event. It's been a good night of boxing so far. I've been enjoying it, you know. It's been good. We got to have a lot to talk about tomorrow on the live stream. For now, I'll leave you. Smash the like button on the way in or on the way out, and I'll talk to you.